Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can. And this time I'll be playing Anachronox Blind. I know literally nothing about this game. In fact, I bought it totally on impulse while browsing GOG. I think I noticed, I saw like a bit of it on YouTube or something, and it seemed fun. Like, it seemed kind of wacky and weird, but I know nothing about what it's actually about. You know, what the plot is, what the setting is. I don't even necessarily know what genre it is. Like, I believe it is an RPG, but I don't know if it's party-based or do you have a single character. As I said, generally I know literally nothing, but it seemed kind of fun and it was cheap on GOG, so why not try it? Interestingly, it seems to pull my PC name as my username by default. That's why it says Krasnoludek here. For those of you wondering, Krasnoludek is basically, well, actually it's the other way around. Little Dwarf is a rough translation of what I had in mind when choosing the nickname Krasnoludek in Polish. But regardless, I guess let's start a new universe, whatever it means. Difficulty, normal, enemies and players deal normal damage, save game possible only at time minders. Okay, so I'm already kind of annoyed, because if I understand it correctly, this game on the normal difficulty and probably on hard as well, yeah, it has set save points. You can only save at specific points, which I generally hugely dislike, not because I am a save scammer. In fact, while recording, I basically don't save scam, and even when playing on my own, I usually don't save scam, but I just think that having set save points, you know, not having the ability for me to save whenever I want, is generally speaking hugely disrespectful to my time. Like, this game assumes that I always have time to find the nearest save slot and save, which is not true, you know. Generally, it's not true for most people, I believe. Always something can come up, you know, in your life or in your family life, or you have to do something at home or do something for work suddenly when playing, and you would like to stop, but you can't because if you don't save at a specific, specific point that you can save at, then you are going to lose progress. So I'm already kind of annoyed, but hopefully the game will make it up to me in other ways. Now, about difficulty, it might be a mistake to choose hard, which incidentally is called way too hard. But I guess analogous to hard, it's just being cheeky. Maybe a mistake to do that. But seeing how normal already has set save points, it isn't that much of a difference, and it says here this setting is recommended for experienced RPG players, which I would at this point count myself amongst, even though experienced doesn't necessarily mean good. In my case, like, I'm pretty bad at games, but I would say I am experienced. It's just that my experience hasn't made me good, actually. But let's choose hard and see where that gets us. So let's begin.
money, Boots. Or next time, I mix and match.
Hit me.
Hasn't there been enough of that?
Have a heart.
Wanna dead as kids?
Anyone else throwing me out of windows lately?
Come clean with the dead, Sly. Dead is no slouch, and he's got muscle. He'll collect one way or the other.
Hey, money's tight. As soon as it rains, I'll pour some.
I'd suggest a job if I thought you'd take it.
Try me.
The key to my cellar's missing.
Oh, yeah? Where's the job part come in?
When you find it, and I pay you.
Man, I need a real case. I need a challenge worthy of my deductive and pugilistic skills.
But I've got a bouncer.
Cute.
You want some real advice? Find a job. It's amazing how many of your problems will solve.
You think? Fatima! Anything on SenderNet?
Nothing you're sober enough for.
I'm just waiting for business to pick up. What's with the attitude?
For one, I'm sick of being dead.
And second, I'm tired of watching you drink your life away. When did you become such a bum?
I'm not a bum.
Prove it.
Bums don't have offices.
An office isn't a storage room in a cheap bar, Boots.
Hey.
It's time for a new line of work.
Forget it, sweetheart. I'm a detective. It's what I do.
Then go out and do it. I'm always here if you ever get off your butt and make useful.
Okay, so that was the intro, and I already have a couple of things to say, because first of all, tinfoil hat time. Like, it was really weird. Did Mass Effect rip off parts of this game's design? Because it was really weird to me how there were those spires that ships approached, and then then a blue beam shot across space and accelerated them, and it was very, very similar to how mass relays are supposed to be working, are depicted as working in Mass Effect, even down to the blue beam, you know, shooting them across space. So that's kind of weird. Like, what's up with that? Unless they are both a reference to something else that I'm not aware of. If you know that this idea of a blue of a machine that shoots ships, you know, through space, depicted with like a blue beam, it comes from some earlier science fiction work I'm not aware of. For example, I never watched Star Trek, so I'm not sure how warp speed is displayed there. You know, how achieving warp speed is displayed there. Maybe it's a reference to that, but it was pretty weird for me, you know, kind of surreal, as I'm a fan of Mass Effect. Now, what else? It's also pretty weird and kind of disturbing that it seems this guy has his dead, possibly girlfriend, or at least a friend. He has her like cybernetic image or something, almost like imprisoned in this little drone that serves as a cursor, and I find it disturbing because from the visualization of it, it seemed as if she was. It's not like she exists as a software. She exists as a person trapped inside, a physical, well, not physical, but what I mean is she has a humanoid form that's trapped inside a white room that only has like a window that opens whenever you interact with the drone. That sounds horrible. That sounds like torture. Like, it would amount to sensory deprivation, and I think it would drive you insane pretty soon. So I'm not sure what's up with that, and I wonder if the game will actually elaborate. Now, what did I want to... I wanted to... Oh, wait. Yeah, I want high resolution, but I'm pretty sure... I downloaded a high resolution patch. Ah, and high resolution it is. Well, for a given definition of high resolution. Okay, so let's actually continue, because I lost my train of thought. So let's talk with everyone here. What a wonderfully painful spill you took there. It's a shame your neck didn't snap on impact. I delight in the sound. Pain Paradox says. So apparently he doesn't like me very much. Buy me a drink and I'll tell you the secret to successful fighting. Do I have enough money to do that? Let's try. Let's buy him a cocktail. If you can't even afford to buy me a drink, I think self-defense is the least of your worries. Okay, so I don't have money. You're just in a slump. We all go through them. I mean, not as long as you have, but we all go through them. Okay, anything more? Don't feel sorry for yourself, man. You're making me sick. Okay. Can I have a drink? Doesn't look like it. Hey, Booter. Caught your swan dive earlier. Pretty sweet, dude. You like that? I've been practicing all week. Hey, you still looking for work? My friend Dynamos has been exploring the tunnels for some guy. Maybe they need an extra hand. She's slamming at Frank's Flaphouse if you're interested. Thanks, babe. You're a peach. All for you, Buta. Okay, so I've got a new quest, I guess. Also, I've just been reminded of the fact that apparently this guy's motto, like an advertising slogan for his detective, private detective practice, is "What's your problem?" which is wonderfully passive aggressive. Man, oh man, Sly. I gambled away all of my money at casinos again. All I've got left is this slag of mystech I found. What do you think? Should I sell this junk or what? Well, I don't know what mystech is, so it's difficult for me to ascertain. But hold on to it, man. Maybe it could be worth something one day. Yeah, what am I thinking? Thanks for the advice, man. To be honest, I'm not sure if that's good advice, because I don't know what this piece of technology he has is even worth, or what does it do. But you know, worst case scenario, he's just going to hold on to something that wouldn't give him that much money in the first place, and seeing how he gambled all of it away, if he had more cash, he would probably lose that as well. Okay, that's the dance floor probably. Can I dance? No, and I cannot firewalker. Cannot exactly read the posters. Doyle the bouncer. Hey Sly, I heard falls early this year. I was gonna help you out there, but it looked like you had things under control. Hey, you gotta show me how to fall out of windows without getting hurt like that. Okay, more laughing. What about you? Braz Tangle. I'm nervous, Sly. Data's sending people to the tunnels behind the tenements to excavate Meister. The problem is, everyone's coming out there, minus their limbs. Out of there, minus their limbs. I don't want to fight cave monsters, and I certainly don't want to work for Data, but man's gotta eat, right? Did I ever tell you that I'm afraid of the dark? Well, you just did now. What about you? Hey Boots, there's glass in your hair. I know, it's all the rage on Cordica. All the elements are falling into place. In a few weeks, we'll hit Data's fortress. I'd ask you to join us if I thought you would say yes. Varokan's disappeared, and he's got the blueprints. Where is that boy? Well, presumably I will look for him. Nox guards raised the compounds of the top 3 crime lords in the breaks last night. No, raided the compounds of the crime lords in the breaks last night. Guess Data's got the house to himself now. The 3 crime lords are in detention awaiting trial. They will all be dead within the week. It's just a matter of time before we topple Data. We're just a few weeks away from something big. The Resistance could use you. Too bad you're you. Okay. Apparently people around here don't have a high opinion of me. Okay, I've talked with everyone here. What's that? Ah, okay, so that's a creature that I can use to save. Okay. So I have to look for creatures like that.
Where do you think you're going, bucko? You're not staggering anywhere until you find a decent job lead, grab some money, and get a camera from your office. Oh, and pet that time minder behind you for good luck while you're at it. Yeesh, you are like a little kid sometimes.
Time minder, you say? So that's interesting. Is the game, because the game's name is Anachronox, which seems to imply Anachronox would mean something along the lines of out of time, or having to deal with with something that's anachronistic, so an error in time, and those creatures are called time minders. And apparently petting them brings you good luck, but also in gameplay terms, they save the game. So I wonder if like time travel will play a part in this story, or what's the significance of the title Anachronox specifically. Okay, I've been here. So I guess I'm going up here, back to my office, because she said that I need to grab a camera from the office. Storage. Okay. Private detective, Sly Boots. What's your problem? As I said, that's wonderfully passive-aggressive. Perhaps not the best, not the best advertising slogan if you actually want to bring people in. Although some people might actually respect that, a bit of snark. Okay, I can't read that. Sylvester. My old intercom. Heh. I don't need it now that you're in my live cursor, Fatima. Yeah, but you still haven't addressed how fucked up that is? I wonder if you ever will. Ah, my old camera. I've taken some doozies with this. Codicam key. delete, space, take photo. Okay, but how do I access? And I can scroll them with arrow keys, but press F11 to use the camera. But what's the, like, what's its use in gameplay? Will I use it to solve crimes? Like, do I have to collect evidence or something? Well, I presume the game will eventually tell me. Huh, my old broadband scanner from when I lived on Cortica. Let's see. Nothing interesting on the Noxguard band. A Noxguard patrolling the landing platform who got issued the wrong size helmet. Riveting. Okay. Okay, this just repeats. Some fragile boxes and a little robot. PAL 18s has been out of commission for all year. Size B batteries are scarce around the bricks. Otherwise, I would have juiced him up as soon as I could. Poor little guy. We've had some good times. Man, I've modified the hell out of PAL over the years. Bet Cordicom never thought someone could trick out their toys with dataport accessories and battle claws. I miss you, little hot rod. Sniff. Alright, moving along. Okay, there's a photo of me, Fatima, presumably when she was still alive, the little robot and some other woman. But he doesn't comment on that, which is interesting. Interesting and kind of weird, okay. Lost the key to the back room a long time ago, but I can pick the lock. Hold down Control and click on it. Okay. Boots pick lock. Guess the code for each tumbler by clicking the up and down arrows above each digit, or by using the up and down arrow keys. Then click on the tumbler or press space to try that number. Solve the entire lock in time. A matter on the handle of the lockpick will help show you how close you are. Okay. So it's not 9 then. To be honest, there does not seem to be much method to it, because you know, it's not like you can do some deep analysis of how close you are to a given number within a 10-number radius. It seems quicker to just you know, do it sort of by brute force. Hey, all that money that fell out of my pockets when... Yeah. Found some dough. Okay. There's an old TV. My old AP arcade machine. I had to sell all of the cartridges. I suck. Okay. You do kind of suck. Like, at least it seems so. Seems interesting. Can I... Boots Master Picklock. Okay, this just says the same thing, so I guess I'm still in tutorial. Having trouble with time? Look at getting an upgrade to your lockpick. Okay, but is it only 10 seconds? If so, then it's obviously impossible. Yeah, so I guess I have to... I hope I can... Can I retry? I can. But obviously I can't do it. You're not skilled enough to lockpick this. So I guess I will try to return later if I remember. which I can't promise, unfortunately, because much as the protagonist of this game, I also happen to suck in more ways than one. And one of them is that I often forget about stuff that I'm supposed to do. And I also get lost. Like, I get lost with surprising ease, both in real life and in game. Okay, so this guy wanted a drink. Still interested in buying me a drink and finding the secrets of successful fighting? Yeah, have this one. Hallelujah syrup. Thank you, Sly. I didn't think you would actually bite. The secret to successful fighting is learning your chops at Whackmaster Jack's Temple of Beating. He will teach you the ropes, the cuts, and the beat. Why, he even taught my younger brother to defend himself against my knuckle hammer. Okay, that's worthless? Trust me, go see Whackmaster before you get throttled again in public. That's kinda worthless. He only told me where I have to go, but seeing how usually I try to explore everything in game, I would eventually probably find that guy anyway. So... eh. Okay. Let's continue. No floaters. What even are floaters? Hey Boots, are you okay, man? I didn't see what happened, but I heard the crash. You're resilient, man. The job's boring, so I've got to take up drawing, you know? Mostly just doodles on the backs of those concert flyers. Wanna see a little picture I drew? It's not very good. Well, actually, to be honest, I, as a player, have probably arrested my development as far as drawing is concerned at about this level. Like, I'm pretty sure there are kids, you know, kindergarten age kids that are better at drawing than I am. I'm basically like Stickman level. That's my level. So it's not that bad to me. Wanna see a little picture? Okay, I already did. Firewalker, Flylord. Okay, so I went somewhere else. What's that? You there. You're friends with Rowdy. Why does he discriminate against floaters? I would only want something to drink and an interesting conversation. We Ewa are an intelligent, well-spoken race. My cousin, Conrad, is the master informant on the bricks. You should look him up. He likes to hang out at the fountain overlook. In exchange, maybe you could talk to Rowdy about letting me drink in the bar. Okay. People look surprised when they hear an Ewa talk so eloquently, but our vocal cords are the most versatile in the galaxy. An Ewa can perfectly mimic the voice articulation of any species, well, except the Fluvini oysterfish of 10XX. If you heard our native language, it would burst your eardrums. I'll politely refrain from demonstrating. Okay, so that's kind of, like, wrong. Why doesn't he want them in there? Is it because, just because he's a racist, or do they actually do something that's bad? Like, I'm not entirely sure, but, and apart from that, how do I get back? It doesn't look like I can, like, I'm clicking on this. Ah, okay. Wanna see a little picture? Do you think it's any good? No, I want to talk with you about... okay, I need to talk to Rowdy, because the Rowdy... This guy is just like, I don't know, he hands out flyers or something for concerts happening at the bar. I need to talk with Rowdy himself, who's the bar owner, right? Hit the brakes, Slime. We've got business to take care of. No, but I want to... Why can't I talk to him about this? I think it said F1 to bring up Fatima. Okay, so quest expanded. Find a job, kiddo. There's a dynamo in Frank's flophouse. Some guy hired her for a job. Maybe they need another hand. Yeah, and there's a floater named Conrad Kk hanging around near the fountain overlook. He's supposed to be the master informant in the bricks. Funny how you never heard of him. But where is the part of the quest that wants me to talk, to convince Rowdy to let the guy inside? I want to do that because it seems wrong to discriminate against him just on the basis of his race. Like, what's the point in that? And if there is actually a bigger point, then, you know, if the floaters are doing something bad and that's why this guy doesn't want them inside, then I would actually want to know that. But it seems I cannot talk with him about that. But actually there's more information here, so information about Anachronox, a long-dead alien city planet floating inside the shell of Sender 1. Anachronox was theorized to once have been a home to millions of quarantined aliens who slowly died of some sort of horrible plague, leaving the city to fall to ruins, to be taken over by the refuse of the galaxy as the center of their nefarious dealings. Anachronox means poison from the past, or poison remaining from a previous time. Anachronism plus noxious. Wait, does it really? I'm pretty sure it doesn't, because anachronism in itself, it doesn't really mean the past. It means an error in time. If something is anachronistic, then it means, you know, if an element of the story is anachronistic, then it means it doesn't fit with the timeline of the established within the story. For example, if they would have, I don't know, cars in a story that's supposed to be set in, you know, the Middle Ages or whatever. So I'm pretty sure that's not actually true. Like, I don't think anachronistic means what this game thinks it means, because it doesn't mean from the past. It means from a different time. So I'm not sure about that, but I am going to actually check, and I will put relevant links in the description, just to, you know, just to learn myself, and even maybe to clear up any misunderstanding that we might all have. Okay, this is all areas. Anachronox South, see the bricks. Anachronox tours, where the shuttles and cordicabs fly between Anachronox and Sender Station. The bricks, a nickname for South Anachronox, due to the appearance of architecture being a pile of tumbled bricks, and also how people that don't agree with data seem to fall from great heights from these gigantic tumbled bricks onto the much smaller ones below. Candian dollar, due to a freak of galactic commerce, this has become the standard unit of currency for the galaxy. Some areas still use non-digital money. This $1 coin is called a loonie because it has a loon on the back. Democratus, a planet of overly fair inhabitants who vote on the smallest decision. If they think they might want to go to the bathroom, they call two friends to decide. Okay. Duhan Fatima, me. I was Boots' personal secretary for a long time, and then I died, and you, to be cruel, had me digitized so I could serve you in the afterlife. Thanks. Oh, and yes, you've been mispronouncing my name for years. Okay, so how am I supposed to say it? Dohan? Duhan? Duchan? But anyway, it does underscore that's actually fucked up. Like, and the game, she herself seems to agree, which instantly makes me think a lot less about the protagonist, because the implications of what he has done are horrifying to me, and I'm not quite sure how am I supposed to sympathize with him, or or to sort of want to be him, because it seems like eternal slavery, basically, from beyond the grave, no less. Within this drone, this little drone, she seems to inhabit entirely just one room, and she exists to serve this guy. Like, it's not like she's a program. She seems to be a complete personality of a human being that once lived, and in fact, she's painfully aware of the fact that she's dead, which somehow makes it worse. So overall, I'm not okay with that, and it's pretty weird. Hephaestus, the lava planet, was the first place of the Mysterium technology, or Mysterium art pieces, was discovered in the Mysterium Levant, home to the Mysterium Monastery, Life Cursor, a Cordicom device that is a flying personal digital assistant, Mysterium technology, Mystech, theorized alien technology first found on Hephaestus in the Mysterium Levant. Others believe it was the art of a long-dead alien race. Sender. Throughout the galaxy are planet and moon-sized chrome spikes, chrome spheres with spikes sticking out of them. The spikes send out radio signals, and if you hone in on them, as soon as you are close enough, you are sent through hyperspace tunnel to somewhere else in the galaxy by another sender, thought to be the means of travel for some unknown alien race. Now again, this is literally how mass relays work, because this cleared up yet another piece of the puzzle by providing you with information that they are linked together. So you go from one of those spikes to the other in this blue tunnel of light by accelerating really fast, which is, as I said, exactly as mass relays work. So I'm not sure, is it a reference to something else, like to Star Trek, or something else that I don't know, or did Mass Effect rip off this? Interesting. Sender 1, the biggest sender humanity knows of, rests near the center of our galaxy. Floating outside of the center, outside is the sender station, and inside it is Anachronox. Okay, Sender Station is the center of galactic commerce and a home to SET, or Sender Economy and Trading Commission. Okay, and I do have a party screen. So, camera, Cordicam digital camera. A camera Boots uses to get evidence. Okay. So apparently there's 6 other party members I can collect throughout the game. Let's get on that. Okay. I'm still not sure why can't I talk to the bar owner about letting this guy inside, but you know, that's maybe for a later time.
You're gonna hit me, aren't you?
Okay, so is it the combat tutorial? Oh, I don't quite know what I'm doing, to be honest. Okay, I'm dead. Okay, I guess I was supposed to have been defeated.
Was it something I said?
Yeah, to my sister.
there's a special introductory offer at the Temple of Beating up the street. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to brush up on those self-defense skills, don't you think?
You're probably right, because I, as a player, don't even know how to fight. So I should probably, probably learn that. Might be kinda useful. You're such a lucky dog sometimes, Boots. Looks like someone dropped a heel grease plus over there behind me. What? Is it this? You know the drill. Press F5 to go to the party status screen, click on the icon of your face, and then click on the heel grease plus. This should bind up your wound in no time. Okay. So, you say F5 and click on your face. Wait, what? Did that work? Those are my stats. Broken Viston pistol. Non-working bad energy pistol. Okay, but how do I actually heal? Like... inventory... Okay, I need to use this, right? Health 1. Did it work? Yeah, health 100, okay. Okay, I will eventually get used to this.
Transition completed. I hate this place.
Yeah, it is kind of freaky how people are walking upside down or like sideways on the walls. And it would be even more freaky given the fact that they can see that they are technically speaking upside down. Because obviously, well, actually no, scratch that. That has nothing to do with the Earth, because you know, that's something that a lot of people wonder about when we are children. How do the people on the other side of the Earth not feel that they are walking upside down? But they are not, because in space there is no up and down. There is only, you know, towards the center of gravity and away from the center of gravity. So for the people on Earth, there is never... It's not like they are walking upside down, because they are always walking with their feet closer to the center of the gravity, which pulls them towards the center of the Earth. But it wouldn't apply here, because obviously whichever direction the center of gravity of this station, you know, the artificial gravity or whatever, is, it can't be in such a direction that would be in the same facing from my perspective and from theirs, because it's not like they are on the other side of this station. They are literally within my view. They are on the ceiling. So presumably, for example, if the center of gravity of the station would be under my own feet, then it would be upside down for them. So it would be pretty freaky, even if by whatever method they can actually hold to the surface, because they can see that, you know? They can see that they are upside down, or that I am upside down for them, at the very least, you know? I'm not quite sure which way it works, but either way would be quite weird. That poor creep fell 40 feet to his death. The graph path up there must have malfunctioned. Makes you wonder if you'll be ready when your number is up. Will you have lived the life you wanted to live? Hey, how long have you been standing there? Get your kisser out of there before I scratch your teeth. from your fat face. You heard me, Frowsy. Hit the brakes. Okay, so he said the graph path must have malfunctioned, so they are, and he fell 40 meters or 40 feet or whatever to his death, so they are literally walking upside down, because he said it malfunctioned and he fell. So if they fall this way, you know, then I guess the center of gravity for the station is below my feet, which makes them literally walking, you know, upside down, which must be really confusing and nauseating and weird. You look lost. What are you trying to find? Where's Frank's flap house? Oh, that's in the tenements. Just take the fountain spiral about halfway up until you reach the first corridor on your right, and then follow the signs. Be prepared for a long walk. Okay, are you still lost? What are you trying to find? Where's the Whackmaster Jack's Temple of Beating? Whackmaster Jack's is pretty close. Just head up this ramp, follow the corridor, and then hang right. Okay. No, I want to quit the conversation. Whackmaster Jack's and a fountain spiral. Okay, so they all converge towards the same point, at least for now. Fountain. Hey, weren't you that hot detective with the cool ride? What happened to you, man? You look awful. Don't you remember? You questioned me about a case a few years ago. You had a little robot toy taking notes for you. And you were always hanging out with that really good-looking Jane. Cute brunette dumber. Whatever happened to her? Well, nice talking to you. Hope you get your life out of the gutter. Okay. Keep walking unless you want a mouthful of blood and gravel, you monkey. Okay. Fountain. Okay, so this goes up, but I was supposed to go Whackmaster's... yeah, Whackmaster's Jack's. Okay. So let's save. So a combat tutorial would really come in handy. I'm not going to lie. Whackmaster's Jack's Temple of Beating. Okay. Oh, it comes with an actual arena of sorts. What's that? I can't access data links, but I paid big bucks to modify PAL 18 to hotwires these suckers. Okay, so I could possibly access that later when I fix the robot, maybe? Fortunate, is it not, that such a place as this exists? I have nothing to fear in the dark of the night, for I have beefy whacking at my disposal. Last night, while strolling home, someone was following me. I could tell by the sound of his dainty footfalls that he was the ruffian of most degenerate sort. Just as he came within my grasp, I unleashed high-octane beefiness on him. Okay, I broke him, snap for snap and bone for bone. I held him like a giant paintbrush, spelling my name on the walls with his blood. Self-defense is sweet. Okay. To hit or not to hit? Him? Well, no. You're right. Forgive my violence. What? Really? Okay. You're a saint. Robot target. Ah, okay. Okay, this is actually kind of hilarious, although possibly kind of dark as well, depending on what level of sentient this robotic target has, but I presume none, because otherwise it wouldn't make sense as target practice. Otherwise it would be torture, basically, which is horrifying. But it's still kind of funny that this this robot's purpose, I presume, is being hit, but it still doesn't enjoy it from the sound of it, because it's thanking me for making this guy stop hitting him. Okay, can I get inside? Doesn't look like it. Let's get up. She says she likes men with broad shoulders. Every guy she's gone out with is the size of a zogball player, but she complains they are dumb as dice. Well, I'm gonna be both, brains and brawn, all in one. I thought, I'm not sure why, but when he said I'm gonna be both, I for a second thought he means that he's going to be both scrawny and stupid. I just need some help on the brawn. She will love me. Okay, good luck to you, man. Come on, Heenan, take a swing. Those robo targets are making a joke out of you. You're weak, kid. You ain't ever gonna be somebody. You must not want it bad enough, Heenan. You're just standing there. We're throwing you back on the streets if you don't step it up, Heenan. You're a disappointment. That us ain't going to be happy. Beat it, schmuggle. Okay, what's that? I can't read that. Okay, and they talk in some weird alien dialect that I can't read either. Rick the Ring King, Howler, the Nord, alien versus human. Okay, so advertising a fight then. Okay, this guy has a backpack that's moving, which is mildly disturbing. Looking in my bag of goldens, eh? I've been collecting goldens for a long time now. No, for 10 long years now. I know all about them. Well, first, what even are they? Goldens are odd rodents, bathed in neutron radiation. They fuel your shield cells and power belts, so they are a definite must if you're going to get into any scraps. They were originally discovered on Hephaestus, the lava planet where all the wonky monks live. Glowdens are easy to breed and easy to raise from similar non-radiated rodents. They're such a cheap power source, everyone's using them now. Even Cordicom finally got in on the action and markets them. The only real nasty thing about them is the odor, and the fact that the shield cells and power belts consume them. Lock, stock and whiskers. Here, take one. It's worth 40 NRG. But don't get too friendly with it. They are meant for fuel, not companionship. I've been collecting blah blah blah. Okay. Okay, again, this is kind of fucked up. And I wonder, it's difficult for me to ascertain how seriously this game wants me to take it. Because, from what he has explained to me, you basically stuff, you consume living creatures for fuel? Like, it would be like, I don't know, it would be as if cars ran on chiclets or something, and you threw them into the engine, and they were ground into a paste to fuel the car or something. It's a bit fucked up, but I'm not sure if the game wants me to think about it this way. Okay, this is the Whackmaster. Judging by the choice condition of that shiner, I suspect you're here to learn the fine art of the scuffle, the beat, the whack. Know then that I don't take loafers and I don't take thieves. I take students and I expect respect. Give me any lip and I'll flatten it. Before we begin, there's a small matter of my training fee. Knowledge isn't cheap, but for a mere 5 loonies, we can begin our first lesson. Okay, here's your cash. Very good. Let's begin with a crash course of the simple combat. The streets of Anachronox hide all manner of threat, and you would do well to learn some basics. Come, step into the ring. If you're gonna wait to learn the way of the whack, you better cut Jack wise and beef up on the fundamentals. Some of this will seem simple, basic even, but unless you've got a firm grasp on the firm grasp of the firm grasp, you are going to be coughing up teeth instead of wisecracks next time you're in a scuffle. Got it? Let's learn the basic abilities and concepts that can make even an infirm bag of loose change like yourself into a bastion beathood. The first of the basic abilities is might. It indicates how physically powerful you are in a fight. Something about that spare tire around your girdle tells me that this is not going to be your forte. Might is an important attribute for both your beefiness and the beat skill. The second base attribute is agility. Your agility is what makes you fast, graceful, and likely to avoid a licking. A true master of agility can dodge all but the most skilled of attacks. Hell, someday you might even learn to dodge that robot target behind me. Right now though, I'm just not seeing it, Taiga. Agility is the most important attribute for your speed, beat block skills. The third and last is wisdom. This one doesn't seem your forte either, but let's hope for your sake that there's still a brain cell or two rattling around in there. Hold on a second, Chief. I came here to learn how to fight. So far, all you've done is explain some really obvious concept while giving me a verbal smackdown. Are you going to teach me something useful or what? If you want to learn something, take your medicine and bridle your tongue. If you get frazzled that easily, you're going to get sandbagged by the first scrapper you lock horns with. If you want to size your enemy up on the quick and make fast tactical decisions, in the thick of the thick, drop your pride and use your brain. Your brain, you squab. Wisdom boils down to intelligence, and though you can't drop an opponent with brains alone, a spoonful of wisdom can make a little might go a long way. Wisdom is an important attribute for your beat block skill. These are the three main attributes. These are what determine how good you are at all of your various skills. Until you really understand these obvious ideas, you're hopeless. Get me? Now pay attention. The main skills used in battle are beefiness, beat, speed, and beat block. Your beefiness is your ability to deal large amounts of raw damage. Your beat is how good you are at hitting someone. Speed is how fast you can attack, and beat block allows you to avoid getting hit by your opponents. With me, squab? Self-improvement is what separates us from animals. So does a high-caliber beat pistol, which is noticeably absent from your person. Yeah, well, about that, you see. Save it. It happens when your clientele are mostly deadbeats. I'll let you have this old Vistin pistol. It's old, it's beat up, but it's better than a bare-knuckle blood fight. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, always have your weapon equipped at all times. The last thing you want to worry about when an alley goons are kicking your teeth into kibble is getting your sidearm and loading it. Here, take it and equip it. Now let's see if you can shoot straight, boss. Well, I don't know, because I don't know how to shoot. Okay, now, this is what it looks like whenever you get into a battle. As soon as a fight breaks out, your battle plaque will appear. It contains all of the information and command you need to fight. And whenever it is your turn in combat, battle icons will appear above the plaque. They allow you to select what your next move is in battle. Use attack to try and plant a blow to your enemy. When you click on it, icons for all hostiles in the immediate vicinity will appear. Use them to choose which one to attack. The move icon allows you to sidestep to other points in the battle arena. You can only select it if there is a place to move. We can discuss this in more detail later if you decide to continue. The item will allow you to use item from an inventory. Again, you will only be able to select it if you have battle usable items in your inventory. This we can also discuss further if you decide to continue the trading. Action icon will allow you to use something in the immediate environment, but only if you can reach it from where you're standing. This too we can scrutinize further if you continue. sense a trend? Okay, so now he's just teaching me basic attack. You may have noticed the circle filling up on your battle plaque. This, my friend, is your battle timer. You would do well to pay attention to it. You can only perform your actions when it reaches full. What? When it reaches full? Or until? Is it a time limit? Or is it a readiness meter? Once it fills up, try shooting the robot targets using the attack icon and clicking on the battle icon. You can cancel their action by right-clicking or by hitting escape. Okay, so I have to wait for it to fill, which I don't really understand. What's the point of it if the combat is turn-based? Okay, so I choose targets here, not by clicking on them directly, but rather right here. Which again, a bit weird. But I don't understand, what's the... Huh, did you think he would just take that poke without fighting back? Can't stir up a hornet's nest without getting stung. That's why it's important to keep your eye on your health. Your health bar shows how much life you have left. Looks like he landed quite a wallop. Go ahead and take another shot, and we'll move on. I don't understand what's the point of this, of waiting for this meter to fill? If the combat is turn-based in the first place, why introduce... If it was a time limit, then I guess I would kind of understand that. It would still be weird, but at least it would serve a function that I would understand, which is to make you... it would be turn-based, but you would have a limited time to make a reaction. So, in fact, it would be essentially, functionally speaking, it would be real time, which would be weird, but again, I would at least understand the function of it, whereas here, I don't understand, I don't know why am I supposed to wait if it's still turn-based. Not bad, kid, but you need to loosen up. You hold the gun like it's a dead rat. You gotta wrist it better. You've got plenty of potential, but don't let it go to your head, especially after seeing what that robot droid did to you with one hit. You're going to need a lot of tutoring if you're going to shape up into a bastion of unstoppable beathood. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't normally do this, but you can't learn me or pay me if you're dead. Some porker once paid me with a life cursor shield upgrade. Since I don't even own one, why don't you take it? Oh really? You got me on a generous day. Go ahead and apply the upgrade. I'm curious to see if it's got any guts. Now that you've spiced your life cursor, you'll notice how the new battle icon and the full bar you'll notice a new battle icon and a full bar that we haven't discussed yet. It's a special energy which slowly accumulates during the battle. It's called Bauge. Keep track of how much you have left of your Bauge bar. Note that different battle skills require different amounts. But enough talk. Let's use your new battle skill by clicking on the battle skill icon, selecting the battle skill of your choice and clicking on your image. Okay, but still, I don't understand why do I have to wait? Select skill... What? How would Fatima help me in combat? She's a holographic assistant. So is it a literal shield? Let's cut it up, boy. Well, it's... okay, excellent. Last time the robot targets hit you for 78 damage. With the upgrade screen, it only hit you for 39. Quite a difference. Well, congratulations, Quab. You've survived your first lesson. Now that you know the basics, we can build on them. As part of the introductory offer to the Temple of Beating, every new client gets 2 Hilgris Plus at the end of the first lesson. Judging by the way the robot beat you around, you're going to need it. Come grab me again when you're ready for the next lesson. Boots gains a level. Okay. This episode has been long enough, so I am going to save. I will level up next time, but how do I... Wait, where even am I? Ah, okay, this is the arena, the arena, I guess, the training arena is behind here. So I will attend the next lessons if I can, but I will do it next time. I guess I can try how leveling up works. So, you... How do I... Level 2. But can I upgrade something, or do my things upgrade on their own because I leveled up? Like, it doesn't look like I can do anything with that. It doesn't look like I can upgrade Picklock skilled, character skilled, Tima screen. It doesn't look like I can do anything, like upgrade any of the skills. So I imagine they upgrade on their own. Yeah, I think they must, because I am pretty sure I had 100 health before and I have 200 now. So I presume new skills will appear on their own as I level up, which is a bit disappointing. I would have enjoyed, you know, the ability to upgrade them myself, but it's a very good point to end this first episode, especially seeing how there's a time minder here. So that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.